Horrible Science presents Bum 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 Bulging Brains. Hi guys, welcome to a new episode on this channel. Today we will be talking about Horrible Science by Arnold's Bulging Brains. We will be talking about brains and how they work. So, how they work. This book talks about a lot about bulging brains. But most importantly, it talks about how smart scientists are. Now, as we say, when we think about how smart scientists are, we might think of like they have a very vast knowledge of discovery and they know literally everything about it. If this book was a scientist's brain, it would be packed with science knowledge of everything, literally everything, including the universe and how big the universe is and literally everything. But they don't know the answers to those questions. How big is the universe, as this book might say? Or in another book, it might say, well, how does the brain function exactly? You can't see probably here. And there's probably another book that might say, no, it's here somewhere. Gotcha. Might say, hey, why are we here? And those are all the scientific questions that have still not been answered yet, like how big is the universe, or how big is Earth. Well, actually, scientists do know that, but not a lot of people care about it, though. And that's literally how much scientists know, and how their books of knowledge are usually blank for some questions. And in this book, they talk about brains, with a lot of blood in it. Oof. And it does give out a kind of a good guide from brain surgery in kid version way, where it talks about the parts of the brain and some special cool machines about how the brain can be x-rayed or something like that. And there's even talks about a machine which shows brain functions and waves with some pretty beautiful pictures. There's even the famous story of a guy who tried to use an iron rod to get some dynamite into somewhere. Then literally the dynamite exploded uncautionally, and then boom. The iron rod went through his head and he was knocked unconscious. But later, when he got back conscious, the doctors he was taken to were like, shouldn't you be dead? Shouldn't you be dead? Well, amazingly, he lived. But his personality went into a lot of deeper way. And he even put out shows by making money by putting the iron rod that went through his head through the holes in his head. Yeah, he made money out of it. And this is how it might look like with an x-rayed view. Whoa, that is one creepy hole. That is so much a way to survive after that. I mean, how can you survive like an iron rod going through your head? And that's what actually Bulging Brains talks about. It talks about all the latest facts about the brains, and it is actually keep on updated. I actually had Arnold visit. I actually had Arnold having a Horrible Science TV show live at my school once, and he even said that all of the original Horrible Science books are getting updated. Even Deadly Diseases has an updated version with an updated kind of series of COVID-19. Yes, the ongoing pandemic. And then there will be even a lot of sleepwalking. There is also talks about a lot of sleepwalking. There was sleepwalking maybe useful in some ways, but however, sometimes they are usually not so cool. One British businessman went sleepwalking and literally went straight out of his building and fell down in a garbage chute. Some firefighters had to rescue him, and the weird thing was that he actually slept walk in the nude. And when he woke up, he was like, "Huh? Why am I in the nude outside the house?" I mean, literally, They even had to cover. They even had to cover his private parts. They even had to cover his private parts with their hats, and that was literally not so cool, dude. Let's just say that there was even an experiment in this book about a person who did not sleep, who was forced not to sleep for a week, and in conclusion, he locked himself in the toilet and slept in the toilet, and he was brought all the way back to the bed, and then he woke up in Sunday. He slept on Friday, by the way. And then the strange thing that happened was that the conclusion was that if you don't have enough sleep here, you might start seeing things. And you'll start to believe and make up very, very strange ideas. Very, very, very strange ideas. And that is not good. I mean, like having a telephone call with a friend, I mean, that's pretty good in some ways, but however, it is bad in other ways. I mean, I'm literally fake talking to a fake phone here, and it's literally not cool. I mean, you should get a lot of sleep. If you're watching this at midnight or like 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and you might say this is an educational video that you have to watch for school and that you should watch it, that's no excuse. You need your sleep, or else you will go to school and say, "Hey, my breakfast poisoned. I will lock myself in the bathroom." And this guy actually did that. He did lock himself in the bathroom, and that's where he slept. Yes. And that's where bulging brains end. Bulging brain is the crucial and the boss of the whole world. It needs its rest. And that sleep, it'll be like us, without doing work non-stop during the day and then going through the night with work. Just like that, you'll be like rubbing your eyes for the itch in your eyes, and literally a lot to happen here. You will start to see things, and that's how you will take a lot of stamina. Now, I might be just saying some really, really complex words here and random words here, but I'm not. I'm talking about brains here. Now, science, one of my greatest subjects. It has been my dream to become a scientist. But however, I might be able to achieve the goal if I have the money. But however, horrible science might be my guidebook to science for now. And if you want to be a scientist, you can also use horrible science as your own guidebook. And that's the conclusion of this video, is that bulging brains talks about the brains. It talks about all the parts of the brains, and also this is a reminder of what horrible science can be. So yeah, I encourage you to read a lot about science and a lot about other subjects. Not just science every day, but about all of the other subjects in this world if you're watching this on holiday, that is. And you will learn more. Brain power is brain food. Brain food equals brain smarts. Brain smarts mean becoming famous in the world. Unless you don't want to become famous. And that will be the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode. Shinhan out. Peace! Bulging eye brains!